So, dear students, in today's lecture, we will discuss about classical sets and fuzzy sets. Now, what is classical sets and what are the fuzzy sets? Before discussing these sets, let us understand what is universe of discourse. Universe of discourse is the universe of all available information on a given problem. So let this is the universe, and this universe may contain different sets. So a classical set is defined as a set which is having crisp boundaries. Crisp boundaries means clear boundaries. Now here we can see that this set A, which is defined on universe X, is having clear boundaries. It means, let us suppose few elements are there, A, B, C and D outside. So what it means that A, B and C, these are clearly member of set A. So we can write set A equals to ABC, because A, B and C are clearly member of set A, whereas D is outside the set A, but it is in the universe X. So we can say that set A contains only three elements, A, B and C. Now in the case of fuzzy sets, suppose same universe X, and suppose this is fuzzy set A. Now to represent the fuzzy set, we place a underscore, tilted underscore below the A. So it shows that it is a fuzzy set. Now this fuzzy set is having some vagueness, ambiguity. That's why its boundaries are having some shaded part, like this one. Now what will happen? Suppose A, B, C, suppose here on the shaded part, and D outside. Now what we can say that A and B are fully contained in set A. A and B are fully contained in set A. Means these are the clearly member of set A, whereas D is not a member, and C, we can see that it is on the shaded region. So if we consider the full membership by 1 and the element which are outside set A by 0, then the membership for C will be from 0 to 1. Then this fuzzy set will be defined as since A and B are clearly member of set A and their membership is 1, so 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus, now what about C? C is on the shaded region, so its membership may vary from 0 to 1. So let's suppose it is 0.6, so we can write 0.6 upon C. Or we can write one more term, we can add it, that plus 0 upon D. So this is the representation of classical set and this is the representation of fuzzy sets. Now there are some few terms, let us discuss to understand the set theory. Like cardinality. So what is cardinality? The total number of elements in a universe X is called its cardinal number. Means how many numbers are there, total number of elements. Or called cardinality of the set. Similarly, sets, how you will define sets? Collection of elements within a universe. Like in the previous example, this was the universe X and this was the set A, which were having some elements. So collection of elements in a universe. And what is subset? Let us suppose one more set is there within set A and suppose it is B. So B is the subset. It is a subset of A, and obviously A is also a subset of universe. Now there are some notations that we will use while writing expressions for crisp sets and fuzzy sets. Like if I write X belongs to X, so how it is read? X belong to X. If I write X belongs to A, if I write X does not belong to A. Suppose here in this set A, element A is here, B is here, C is outside. So I can write A belongs to A, B belongs to A, and C does not belong to A, like this one. And for set A and B, if it is right, it means A is fully contained in B. A is fully contained in B. If I write, these are the notations. A is contained in or equivalent to B. And if I write it means A is contained in B and B is contained in A. It means A is equivalent to B. A is equivalent to B. So these notations we will use while studying classical sets and fuzzy sets. Now one more set is null set. Null set is defined by phi. Phi means no elements are there. And another is the whole set. Whole set is X. That is the collection of all the elements in the universe. So let us see with an example. Suppose we have a universe X equals to A, B, C. So the cardinal number is 3, total number of elements are 3, and power set is defined a collection of the all possible combinations like 5 null set, A, B, C, AB, BC, AC, and ABC. So cardinal number is 3 and cardinality of power set is defined as 2 to power n, that is 2 to power 3, that is the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let us discuss in some detail about operations on classical sets. Operations on classical sets. First is union. Union, suppose two sets, crisp sets are there, and we have to find out union. So how to calculate union of two sets? It is equal to A union B equals to X, where X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Means whenever we are going to calculate A union B, then we will consider the elements which belongs to A or belongs to B. So through Venn diagram we can understand this one. Suppose this is the universe, here set A is there and here suppose set B is there, and we have to find out A union B. Then this shaded region, elements which are present in A or in B, all will be considered while calculating union. That's why how to read this one? A union B equals to X, where X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Second operation, intersection. A intersection B equals to X, where X belongs to A and X belongs to B. So if we draw again Venn diagram for this one, suppose this is universe X and two sets are there, A and B. So the region which is common to the both the sets, which will come into the intersection A intersection B, means those elements which are present in set A as well as in set B. So this is the only reason, this common reason, which will be considered in the case of intersection. Third is the complement. So complement can be calculated by this formula. X does not belong to A, but X belong to universe X. In this way we can calculate complement. Suppose this is the universe X and this is set A. Now A complement equals to X, where X doesn't belong to A but X belong to universe. So leaving this area of set A means the area outside set A will be the complement. Next operation is the difference. And how to write this one? A difference B. And the formula for A difference B equals to X, where X belongs to A and X does not belong to B. If we draw the Venn diagram for this difference, this is X, this is A and this is B. Now here X belong to A but X doesn't belong to B, so we have to skip this part. So we will consider only the part, this one. So this is the Venn diagram of difference A and B. Now let us discuss about properties. Properties of classical sets. There are some properties. First we will discuss on the classical sets and later on we will see those properties on fuzzy sets. So first is commutativity. Commutativity means A union B equals to B union A. Means if we calculate union of A and B or B union A, both are equal. Similarly, A intersection B equals to B intersection A. Second is the associativity. A union B union C equals to A union B union C. It means first if we calculate B union C, then the resultant will be union with A. The same result we will get when we first calculate A union B, then resultant will be union with C. So there is no difference. Similarly, A intersection B intersection C equals to A intersection B intersection C. Third is the distributivity. So for the distributivity, we can write A union B intersection C equals to, if we expand it, A union B intersection A union C. Or we can write A intersection B union C equals to A intersection B union A intersection C. And then fourth is the idempotency. Here we can see A union A. So if we calculate union of A with A, it will give you A. A intersection A, again it will give A, because what is common between A and A? Again only A. So let us discuss few more properties of classical sets. Identity. Identity, if we calculate A union phi, because phi is a null matrix, no elements are there, so we will get only A. If we calculate A intersection X, X is the universe, so what is the common? Again A. If we calculate A intersection phi, it will give you phi, because what is common between A and phi? Nothing, only phi, means no elements are there. And A union X, it will give you X. Union of A and X, X is the whole universe. Then next is the transitivity. So in the transitivity, if we are given that A is contained in B or equivalent and B is contained in C or equivalent, then we can write that A is contained in C. And the last one is the involution. Involution, double complement. For the involution, if we make double complement of A, then we find it is A. Complement A and then again if find complement, then we will get again set A. Now there are two axioms. Axioms of excluded middle, or we can say law of excluded middle. What is law of excluded middle? That if we calculate A union A's complement, then we get X. Because suppose this is A, and if we calculate A's complement, then what will be the area? This one. Or we can represent this one like this one. This is A's complement, and if we combine these two, then what will we get? This whole universe, X. So law of excluded middle, A union A bar equals to X, and law of contradiction, A intersection A's complement equals to phi. So again we can see here, if we see the common between this A and A's complement, then nothing will be there. So we will get phi only, nothing will be there, only phi. Now next is the De Morgan's principle. De Morgan's principle. This we have already discussed in earlier classes, like in digital electronics, De Morgan theorem. So according to the De Morgan theorem, we can see that if we calculate A intersection B and whole complement of this one, it is equivalent to A's complement union B's complement. Or if we write A union B whole complement equals to A complement intersection B complement. This is the De Morgan theorem. So this is the all about operations and properties of classical set. Now come to the fuzzy set. What are the fuzzy sets? I have given some examples earlier that how to write a fuzzy set. Again, let us see how to write a fuzzy set. First of all, we have to place underscore below the set name to identify it that it is a fuzzy set. Then this is the way mu A of x1 upon x1 plus mu A x2 upon x2 plus so on. This is for discrete fuzzy set, and if it is a continuous, then it can be written as mu A of x upon x. So what is the meaning here? What it represents? It gives membership value and this is the element. See one example. Suppose this is a set A and this is the shaded part. So here suppose A, B, C, D and E, and this is the universe X. Now I have to define fuzzy set A. So how I will define fuzzy set A? According to this formula, membership value upon element. So here A is the clear member of set A. So its membership is 1 upon A plus. Secondly, B is also a clear member of set A. So 1 upon B plus. Now you can see C is near to the full membership. You can see C is the very near. So I can see that yes, it is just near to the full membership. So around 0.9 upon C. Just I am giving an example how to write. And for the D, this D element is outside the at the outer region of the shaded part, or you can say it is a near to the zero membership. So maybe it is 0.1 upon D. And for the E, since it is a zero membership, so you may write, or it is up to you, you can write plus 0 upon E, and if you don't write all this one also, it's okay. So in this way we can define the fuzzy sets. Now let us see fuzzy set operations. Fuzzy set operations. Again, union, like in the classical set, we have studied in classical set. So again, union, but here the notation or is slightly different. So here we write in this way: membership value of A union B of X equals to mu A X. This is the max operator, and then we write mu B of X. This is called max operator. Max means maximum. Max operator. So mu A, max operator, mu B. Second is the intersection. Mu A intersection B of X equals to mu A X, and this is min operator, minimum operator, mu B of X. You can write it is min operator. Next is complement. Complement is defined mu A. Now here A is complement of X equals to 1 minus membership value of mu A of X. Means whenever we have to calculate complement of a fuzzy set, then we have to subtract the membership value of that set from the 1. Now for the union, if we draw through a diagram that how to union is calculated, suppose this is set A, here it will be membership and here it will be X. So suppose this is set A and suppose this is set B. So what will be the union? This shaded part will be the union. So this represents this one, union. If we draw the same diagram for intersection, then suppose this is A and suppose this is B. Then again here on y-axis membership value mu and here the elements. Then this common part or this minimum of this 2 will be the intersection of two sets. And next is the complement. It is important to understand this one, complement. That will give you an idea that why some properties are not held for fuzzy sets which were applicable for classical sets. So see this complement. Suppose this is set A and if I have to draw complement of A, then according to this formula, what is this? 1 minus mu A. So if I plot A as complement, then I have to subtract the membership value of A from 1. So here it is 0. So 1 minus 0, it will be 1, like this. Suppose this is value 1. And as it is approaching here, up to this point it will be 1. Then as it is increasing, so it will start to decrease, and when it is 1 it will be 0. So it will come out like this one. And then again at this point it will again rise and then it will be 1. So this one will be A's complement. Now let us see some properties for fuzzy sets. All other operations which were defined on the classical sets were also, means those operations we discussed for the classical set also true for the fuzzy sets except these two. And what are these two? Law of excluded middle. Law of excluded middle. And law, first what is the law of excluded middle? It is A union A complement equals to X. So it was true for classical set. Now let us see whether it is true for fuzzy set or not. So if we calculate A union A's complement, So here A set is there, A's complement is there. So if we calculate union, then what we will get? Maximum. So here it is a maximum line. See, this line is maximum, this one, this thicker line is there, and then this maximum, and then this maximum. So this thicker line, it represents A union X, A union A's complement, but it is not X because some part is missing here. So it is not true for fuzzy set, whereas it was applicable for classical sets. Remember my previous diagram? Suppose this is set A for classical and its complement was like this one, and this is A's complement, and union of these two was X whole set. So it was true for classical set, this is universe, and but this property doesn't hold true for fuzzy set. Second is the law of contradiction. Law of contradiction, A intersection A bar equals to phi. So here in the classical set, if we see what is the common in between these two sets, nothing is common. So instead of this whole set, in that case we will be getting null set. So phi will be there. But what happens in this case? A intersection A as complement. So we have to take here minimum. So this is the minimum line. So I am making it thicker. Now this part, then this one, then this one, then this one, and we get this one. So this M shaped curve, this one, so we will not have an phi, means we are having certain elements here. So it also do not hold true for fuzzy set. Rest other properties and operations holds true for fuzzy set also. Now let's take an example how these union, intersection, complements are calculated for the fuzzy sets. Example, suppose A is a fuzzy set 1 by 2 plus 0.5 by 3 plus 0.3 by 4 plus 0.2 by 5, and B is the fuzzy set 0.5 by 2 plus 0.7 by 3 plus 0.2 by 4 plus 0.4 by 5. So if we have to calculate complement, A's complement, so what was the formula for A's complement? Mu A complement of X equals to 1 minus mu A of X. It means we have to subtract the membership value from 1 to find out the complement. So complement A of fuzzy set A will be calculated as, now here we can see that in the universe there is, for the given problem, universe values are given from 1 to 6. It means we are having 6 elements, 1 to 5. So we are having 1 to 5 elements, and here we can see that element 2, 3, 4, 5 are given. 1 is not there. It means the membership value of element 1 is 0. So we can rewrite this one as 0 upon 1 plus, and rest elements will be as it is. So if we subtract the membership value of these from 1, so I will get 1 upon 1 plus, now 1 by 2. So here 1, if we will subtract 1, so it will be 0 by 2. Then 1 minus 0.5, 0.5 by 3 plus 1 minus 0.3, that is 0.7 by 4 plus 1 minus 0.2, that is 0.8 by 5. So in this way we can calculate complement. Similarly, complement B can be calculated. Again here 1 is not there, so its membership in fuzzy set is 0 for element 1. So in the complement it will be having full membership. So 1 by 1 plus 0.5 by 2 plus 0.3 by 3. After subtracting 1, this 0.7 from 1, we are getting 0.3 plus 1 minus 0.2, that is 0.8 by 4 plus 1 minus 0.4, that is 0.6 by 5. Now if we calculate union A union B, so A union B, so first of all you just write the formula. What is that? Mu of A union B of X equals to mu A of X max operator mu B of X. So for here A and B, so if I write A union B equals to, for the element 2, what is the maximum membership? Here it is 1, it is 0.5. So we can write like maximum of 1 and 0.5 upon 2 plus, here 0.5 and 0.7. So here you can write maximum of 0.5, 0.7 upon 3 plus maximum of 0.3 and 0.2, 4 plus maximum of 0.2 and 0.4 upon 5. So finally we can get 1 by 2 then 0.7. So here it is a plus 0.7 by 3 plus, then here maximum 0.3, 0.3 by 4 plus 0.4 by 5. Now here we can see plus sign is there. So plus doesn't mean it is a arithmetic sum, and division, this 1 by 2 doesn't mean it is 0.5. It indicates 1 by 2 means there is an element 2 in a set this A union B, which is having membership value of 1. Like 0.5 upon 3. What is the meaning of this one? That in the set A, there is an element 3 whose membership is 0.5. It means this 3 is in the shaded region and its membership is 0.5. Its membership is 0.3. 2 is a clear member, means it is inside the shaded region. So its membership is 1. So here it is doesn't mean that it is a arithmetic sum or it is a division. No. It is just a representation of a fuzzy set. So we have calculated union. Now calculate intersection. That is A intersection B equals to. So first of all, you can write formula for A intersection B. A intersection B of mu of x equals to mu A of x main operator mu B of x. So we are going to take here minimum values of membership values. So 1 and 0.5, 1.5 upon 2 plus minimum of 0.5 and 0.7 upon 3 plus minimum of 0.3 and 0.2, 0.3, 0.2 upon 4 plus minimum of 0.2, 0.4 upon 5. So we can calculate 0.5 upon 2 plus 0.5 upon 3 plus 0.2 upon 4 plus 0.2 upon 5. So this is the intersection. Similarly, difference A difference B equals to A intersection B's complement. So what we will do here? We will take intersection of A and B's complement. So previously we have calculated B's complement and A is there, then we will write in the same way. So let us write again B's complement. Point 1 by 2, because one by one, because the element 1 is there which is having 0 membership. So it is 1 by 1, 0.5 by 2, then 0.3 by 3, then 0.8 by 4, then 0.6 by 5. So this is the B which we have already calculated. Now this complement B, we will find intersection of this complement of B with A. Okay. So for the intersection we will take minimum. Now see here, in the set A the membership value of 1 is 0. So this can be written as minimum of 0 and 1 for element 1 plus, then for 2 it is 0.5 and for 2 it is 1. So minimum of 1 and 0.5 upon 2 plus, for the 3 0.5 and 0.3. So minimum 0.5 and 0.3 upon 3. Similarly for the 4 0.3 and 0.8. So minimum of 0.3 0.8 upon 4 plus, for 5 it is minimum of 0.2 0.6 upon 5. So what we will get here? This is 0. It is up to you. You can skip this term also, and if you want to write up, you can write 0 upon 1 plus 0.5 upon 2 plus 0.3 upon 3 plus again minimum 0.3 0.3 upon 4 plus, and here 0.2 upon 5. So in this way we can calculate A difference B. Similarly we can calculate B difference A. For this you have to calculate B intersection A's complement. So in that, to find out this one, first calculate the complement of A and then find intersection it with B. Similarly, to find the De Morgan's principle, to verify, so you have to calculate A union B complement equals to A complement intersection B's complement. For this, first of all find A's complement, then find B's complement, then find intersection. So we can find out the De Morgan principle. So these were the various properties and operations on classical sets and fuzzy sets. So in next lecture we will discuss about classical relations and fuzzy relations. Thank you.